After years of consideration, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is reported to be ready to approve commercial sale of a genetically modified salmon for human consumption. The controversial decision, which has been years in the making, could open the door for other genetically modified animals as well. Aqua Bounty, a company with roots in the United States and Canada, has been studying and modifying the genetics of salmon for more than 20 years. Ronald Stotish is the president of Aqua Bounty Technologies.
It's a salmon that grows approximately twice as fast as a conventional salmon, and it grows at that rate simply because we've given it a second copy of the growth hormone gene from the salmon, so it's a salmon gene in a salmon.
Stotish says Aqua Bounty chose salmon because of its high nutritional value.
We expect as the world population increases, the requirement for high-quality protein sources will increase. Fish are among the most efficient converters of feed to edible protein.
Stotish says U.S. approval is a very important step in the eventual commercialization of this fish for aquaculture or fish farming around the world.
What we sell is an egg that produces an all-female salmon. They're all sterile. They will also be grown in land-based contained cultivation systems, tanks or raceways, similar to the way trout are produced now.
Stotish says producing only sterile females and raising them in contained systems avoids the environmental concern of escapes that could affect the biodiversity of wild salmon. He says people should not be concerned that the fish are genetically modified.
Here in the United States, we're already consuming significant quantities of genetically modified soybeans, wheat, sorghum, a variety of agricultural crops. And that's true around the world.
However, that is only partially true. According to a World Bank report, only 22 countries have planted genetically modified seeds on about 8% of the global crop area. The reason, the report says, is a public perception of health and environmental risks. The European Union regulates genetically modified crops strictly, allowing only a handful of their products. Most recently, the EU proposed to give individual member countries the option to allow or restrict them. In the United States, the Food and Drug Administration, which would make the decision on approval, declines to comment. But the Department of Agriculture expresses concern about the depletion of wild fish stocks and the need for more food production. Mark Mirando is with the department's National Institute of Food and Agriculture.
The demand for seafood in the United States and worldwide is rapidly increasing, but the ability of the oceans to supply that food, even at the current levels, disregarding population increases and increases in demand, the ability of the oceans to supply that is diminishing.
According to the Agriculture Department's figures, the value of aquaculture production in the U.S. has risen to nearly $1 billion over the past 20 years, mostly due to a growing demand for fish in general and harvesting restrictions on wild fish.
If genetic modification is shown to be safe and there is not the concern that the animals will escape into the wild and outcompete the native stocks, then I think this could be a valuable approach to improving the efficiency of food production.
Regardless of population projections, given the reservations about genetically modified crops around the world, it's easy to speculate that a genetically modified food animal could encounter even greater resistance and controversy. For producer Zulima Palacio, I'm Frances Alonzo, VOA News.